All right, here we go. Period 5. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's knock it out. Let's knock it out. Here we go. Dividing exponents. Let's do a problem. All right, there we go. Here we go. All right, good, 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 good. All right, so let's go ahead and do some dividing exponents. All right. One of the things that you've learned, real quick, remember when you have, let's say, 5a to the power 3 times negative 2a to the power of 4, right? This is what we've done before. Your coefficients, 5 times a negative 2. Remember, positive times negative is a negative. 5 times 2 is 10. But then the a's is a times a times a, and then 4 is a to the 4th is a times a times a times a. So basically, how many a's do I got? A to the power of 7, correct? So this is a to the power of 7. Bam. All right? We did that. We also did these. 3 b to the power of 2 raised to the 3rd, right? We did power to a power because we have the power. All right? So we got the power. So what do we do? What do we do? Let's do it. Come on. There you go, right? You wrote it 3 times, correct? Now we're going to multiply the numbers, the coefficients. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27, right? And then b to the 2 is b times b. Another b to the 2, b times b. And another to the 2 is b times b. So it's a total of how many b's? Sorry, this one. 6, right? So b to the power of 6. So that's what we've done, all right? So now, what are we going to do? So now, we're going to take a fraction. Remembering these things that we've done, let's go ahead and do what we've learned, I think, in 6th grade, fractions. 3 over 6, what is that? Well, some people say it's 2. Well, then if 3 over 6 is 2, then what is 6 over 3? Is that 2 as well? Well, which one's which? Right? So this is what I've taught the students, but just to understand the idea, we'll go more further on this next when we come back, or maybe no, on Wednesday. All right, so 3 to the 6, 6 is basically 3 times 1, and this is 2 times 3. And then you have the giant 1, right? 3 over 3. When you have a numerator and denominator as the same, it's a giant 1. All right? So it's a 1. It's not 0, it's 1. So basically, 1 times 1 is 1. And 2 times this 1 that we canceled out, it's actually a 1, is 2. So it's 1/2. All right? 1 piece out of 2. All right? It's a half. Now, the other one, 6/3, is that a half too? Well, let's break it down. Okay? 6 is what? 3 times 2. And 3 is 3 times 1. So now we have a giant 1 right there. So we got 2 over 1, which is 2, because that's an improper fraction, right? When the number on top, the numerator, is higher, then it's an improper. You're going to get a number, okay, a big number. Here, see the bottom is the bigger number, right? So this is the way I envision it, right? The 1 is not heavy, so it's going to stay there, right? Because it's not heavier than the 2. But over here, the 2 is heavier than the 1. So it's going to smash the 1, and it's going to leave you with the 2, right? So if you imagine like it being a heavy one, you're 2, I'm only 1, right? It crushes the 1, and now the 2 is overpowered. Why? Because, yeah, kind of the, if you're understanding this, we'll get to this later, all right? But just understand the concept, all right? So now, when we go to our problems, let's go ahead and do number one. Now we're going to be dividing exponents, all right? So we got x to the power of 7 divided by x to the power of 4. So again, we're understanding, or we're using the concept of 1 over 1. When they're the top and the bottom, the numerator and denominator is the same, the giant 1, okay? So watch this. So, sorry. So now what you're going to do is you're going to break it up, okay? Break it down, break it down. So what's x to the 7? X times x times x. How many of them? How many of them, Sarai? How many of them? X times x. How many of them am I going to write? Sarai. Sarai? Oh, it's not there. Type it in. Type it in. No? Okay, let's see. Sarai's not responding. Ah, all right. Here we go. Well, okay. But you can't just say, I don't know. Okay. I have x to the 7th. How many x's am I going to write? X to the 7th. Give me a number. Don't just say, I don't know. You got to give me a. There you go. See? Because I don't know means I don't want to answer, right? Yeah, look. It's x to the 7th. Very good, Sarai. Good job. So I'm going to write, I'm going to multiply x's 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even if you gave me a wrong answer, it's okay. I'm willing to correct it. All right. Now, how about to the 4th? X to the 4th. Let's go back to Sarai. How many? Yeah, very good. See, you know. I don't know stuff. Come on. You know. X times X times X times X. See that? Was that easy? All you did is broke it down. So now we're going to do the giant 1 concept, like the 3 over 3, but now we're going to, instead of it being a number, it's going to be the same letter, the same variable, okay? It's got to be the same. All right, so here we go. Ready? So we could even do it with music. Ready? Here we go. Now, it doesn't matter which one, all right? Here we go. Here we go. Mark it out. Bam. There you go. You see that? Those are my giant 1s. But mister, you're missing one. Now, this one, I could do it with this one if I want. It doesn't matter. Any of them in the top, any of them, it doesn't matter where it is in the numerator or denominator, okay? So now, but the easiest one is just to do the top and the bottom, right? So now, here, how many x's do we have? Now you got to do the opposite. We broke it down. X to the 7th, x times x times x. Now what's x times x times x? Now go the opposite. So it's x to the what power? 3, right? Because we got 3 of them. We got this one, and this one that we did not touch. Now on the bottom, we have 0, right? It's 0, but it's not, technically it's not 0. It's 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 because it was a giant 1. So what's 1 times 1 times 1 times 1? Anybody, please don't say 4. What's 1 times 1 times 1? Can you type it up? Yeah, there you go. But you know what? You'll be surprised. Some kids say 4, right? So now see how it's over 1? Remember we did this over 1? It's going to power the 1. So now my answer is x to the power of 3 because it's over 1. It's going to smash it. All right? So far so good? So let me pause the video so there's no delay. Okay? Here we go. So now we got a to the power of 11. So now Alejandro, 8 to the 11th, how many a's am I going to multiply together? Alejandro. 8 to the 11th. Alejandro. What happened? Oh, you didn't hear me? Okay, here, I'll say it again. I have 8 to the 11th. How many A's am I going to multiply with A's?
11.
You sure?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, see, I was giving you the poker face, right? Are you sure? Yeah, you're right. Very good. A, so everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Slowly, you're going to start realizing, man, mister, I know an easier way. I realize what's happening because it works it's a pattern. You'll start realizing, I'm not going to tell you what it is. All right. So 826. Let's see, Daniel. How many A's? How many A's, Daniel? No, the bottom. I'm sorry, the bottom. Yeah, very good. Let's do 826. Ready? Go. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Got it? So now what do we do? Enrique, what should I do? Cross them out, right? Cross them out. Giant. Oh, I just hit myself with the pen. I was like, right? Now it doesn't matter where. Like I could get this one, 1, if you want. It doesn't matter, but make sure that you match them. All right, giant ones. So do however many you could do. All right, here we go. I could do this one. 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 That's easier, right? Mister, why did you do that one? I just wanted to let you know that it doesn't matter which numerator A you get, all right, or you use, sorry. All right. So now, what do I have? Let's see. Jimmy, how many A's am I multiplying on top, on the numerator side? How many A's?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So is it 5A or A to the power of 5 because I'm multiplying? Very good. Good job, buddy. There you go. And now here's a tricky one. Let me see. Let me call on some non-volunteers. Good job. Jonathan, what's on the bottom? What's going to be on the bottom when there's nothing? Because they're all ones. Jonathan Lamas? No? Okay, no worries. All right. How about Matthew Sanchez? Oh, there's Jonathan. Oh man, come on, you guys. I don't know, mister. Give me a number. How many A's are on the bottom? They're all canceled, right? Is it 0, right? But remember, this is your giant 1, right? So what's 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1? Senor Lamas. What's 1 times 1 times 1? No. Oh, nah. 1. What's 1 times 1? 1. Times 1? 1. Times 1? 1. Times 1. So what is it, Lamas? Do you want to change your answer? Remember, we're not adding. We're not 1 plus 1 plus 1. It's not 1 plus 1 plus 1. So what is it, Lamas? 1. Very good. Good job. See? Now, what's 8 to the 5th over 1? Remember when there's a 1 on the bottom like this one, it smashes it. So now my answer is A to the power of 5. Okay? So look at the pattern, guys. Okay? Look at the pattern. Notice how on the bottom, when they're gone, it's not 0, it's 1. All right? When you eliminate them, all right? Eliminate them, it's 1. All right? So here we go. Number 3. Number 3. How about this one? Try this one by yourself. Y to the power of 6 over y. So I'll give you guys about 30 seconds. All right, let me pause the video. Okay. Again, your answer here, y to the 6 is y times y 6 times over 1 over y. And then you do the giant 1. And so your answer is y to the 5th over 1, which is y to the 5th. All right. All right. So go ahead and do one more. Number 4. Hold on. Number 4. No. We're going to do 4 more, but one of this type. So let's do r to the fifth over r to the fifth. Okay? R to the fifth over r to the fifth. Okay, so go ahead and do that. I'll give you about a minute. All right? How many r's, Nathan Robles?
5.
Very good. So r times r times r times r times r. Good job. Nathan Sanchez. How about in the bottom, in the denominator? What am I going to write?
Also 5.
Also, I'm going to multiply. Remember, this is multiplication. So r times r times r times r times r. 5 of them. Now we're going to go ahead and do the cancelization, all right? So Melissa Bucio, which am I going to cancel? What am I going to cancel? A giant 1. So how many times? So here's 1. Is there another one, Bucio?
Yeah.
How many more? Here's 1.
3 more.
3 more. This one with this one, and this one with this one. So how many r's are there?
0.
So what is r to the 0?
R.
No, because that means you have 1 r. So remember, r to the 0, remember, this is 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1 over 1, right? Which is, what's 1 over 1? 1. So when you don't have anything, r to the 0 is 1. And that was on your district benchmark. Anything to the power of 0 is what? 1. I could have over here 100 to the power of 0 is 1. All right? Because you don't have any, so it's just a 1 like this. See that? 1 over 1. All right? So that's kind of a thing you just got to remember. Anything to the power of 0 is 1 by a to the 7th. So number 5. You do the same thing, guys. All right? Justin Calleros. How many A's am I going to write on top? Justin Calleros. How many? See here? Yeah, I see his name. Justin? Oh, man. Let me see in the chat.
5.
All right. Thank you. Was that Justin?
No.
Oh, so he didn't reply. Oh, man. Come on, guys. Yes, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the bottom, how many A's? To the power of 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So far, so good? So now do the same thing, guys. Your giant 1s, all right? 1 over 1, 1 over 1, 1 over 1, 1 over 1, 1 over 1. So what's left on top? Nothing, right? A to the 0, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, right? And then on the bottom, what am I going to have? What's A times A? Let's see. Let me pick on someone else. Cayero, Justin, are you here? No? Oh, okay. But he's logged in. I'll just mark him down. How about Enrique? Enrique, what's A times A?
2.
So am I going to put... No, what's... No, you're right. A times A is... There's 2 A's, but are you going to write 2A or A to the power of 2? Very good. So you had it right. You had it right. A to the power of 2. The 2 is right, but remember, it's not 2. It's A to the power of 2. See the difference? Now, the 1's on top, so leave it alone. Don't touch it. You see how over here the 1 was on the bottom, on the denominator, and then it was A5, right? It got smashed. If the 1 is there, leave it alone, because what if A was 4? So 4 times 4 is 16. Leave it alone because the 1's too weak, right? It can't smash the 16. So leave it there, okay? So when it's like that, leave it alone, okay? Let's try another one, number 6. B to the 7th over B to the 9th. Okay, I'll give you about 30 seconds to set it up. Let me pause the video. All right, here we go. Pause the video. Follow along. Here we go. We're multiplying 7 of them. Bottom. All right. Okay, we set it up. All right. So now, Sarai, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do, Sarai? I have all these B's I broke down. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? Sarai, are you there? So again, for this one, B to the 7th, B to the 9th, cross them out, giant ones, right? So over here, we don't have any B's. So B to the 0 is basically 1, right? Because 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, all right? And then let's try this one. R to the 7th, W times W to the 4th, R to the 2nd, W to the 5th. All right, try that one. Well, you guys you don't know how to do this one. So let's go ahead and do this one together. All right, so let's go ahead again. Break it up. So R to the 7th, how many R's? Let's see. Justin, are you back? Justin Calleros, how many R's? R to the 7th, how many are we writing? No, he's not there? Okay. How about, who is that? Daniel, thank you, Daniel. R to the 7th, so go ahead and write it up. R, 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're multiplying. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How about Daniel? How many W's? 4. Very good. And we're multiplying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How about Nathan Robles? How about R2s? How many R's? 2. How many W's? Good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And now what do I do? Cancel them out, right? Cancel them out. So go ahead and cancel them out. And let's see. Sierra, how many pairs of R's are we canceling out? How many pairs? 7. No, how many R's? Remember, top and bottom. Oh, 2. So we're canceling 2. 1, 2. You see that? And then how many W's? Well, this one with this one in the bottom, this one with this one with that one, this one with that one, right? So you got to be careful. You got to match them. So now, how many R's do we got? What's R times R times R times R times R? R to what power? 1, 2, 3, 4. Power of 5. And then how many W's in the bottom? Let's see, Alejandro, how many are W's? How many W's on the bottom that I did not cancel out? 1. So I'm just going to write 1 W or just W, and that's your answer. Leave it alone, just like that. All right? You guys understand that? So when you have two variables, you do the same thing. So now you just got to leave the variables with the exponent, whatever's left over. All right? So far, so good? It's pretty easy. Let me do one more like this just so that you get a better glance at it. Let's do 8. I'm going to do it very easy. So 8 to the 3rd, B, C to the 2nd, A to the 5th, B, C to the 2nd. All right, I'll give you guys about 20 seconds. Start it up real quick. Okay, so then I could give you your 8 problems for classwork. So again, all you're doing is breaking it up. So a to the third, b times c squared. Now let's do a to the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for b, Sarah, how many b's am I going to write? Over here on the bottom. How many b's am I going to write, Sarah? Okay. Sarai, how many b's? Sarai? 1. So I'm just going to put 1b, right? And then c squared. C squared is 2 of them, right? Multiply 2 of them. So 1, 2. All right. So now let's go ahead and do your giant 1. So here's my giant 1. Here's my A, right? B matches with the bottom B, and then the C with the C. So then what's left over on top? Nothing, right? So I'm going to put a 1. When there's nothing, you got to put a 1. And then on the bottom, you have A times A is A squared. Any B's? No. Any C's? Nope. So that's your answer, 1. It's a fraction. Okay? And that's basically your answer. All right? So far, so good? Okay, so if you need help, I have the recording on the video, okay, with a little bit of music. And then you could listen to it. All right, here we go. Listen to it. Bye.